Welcome back to Living 757. Now, distracted driving, that is one of the fastest growing safety issues happening on the road today, actually.
Right.
And April is known as Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And so here to talk to us about how to prevent accidents from distracted driving, we have attorney John Paulson from Huffman Huffman, brothers-in-law. How you doing there, John?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Good.
Doing great. Now, you know, so excited to have you in the studio because we usually always have you guys virtual.
Finally.
Definitely. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
so the one thing that I understand is like thousands of drivers, are always in accidents. So what are some of the top reasons for distracted driving?
Well, I'm sure you can guess number one is our favorite little device, our cell phones.
Yeah.
I would say the majority of our accidents that we see are caused by distracted drivers who are looking at their phones, texting, talking, trying to find where they're going. But there's plenty of other distractions when you get in that vehicle.
Okay.
Those of us who have young kids, we all know that that can certainly be a distraction.
Amen.
Yep. Eating. Every car these days has 1,000 buttons and 1,000 settings.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you're messing with the air or messing with the heat, anything that basically takes your eyes off the road can be a distraction.
You know what? I have
Okay.
to say this. That is so interesting because back in the day, like when our parents were driving,
right.
like they were the most distracted, but they can drive and reach back and tell us to sit down and do all that and never get in an accident.
No doubt
Don't
about it.
make me pull
No
the
doubt
car
about it.
Right.
But these days there are thousands of distractions
Yeah.
every day,
Right.
so it's important to keep your eyes on the road.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what are some ways that you can minimize these distractions while you're driving?
Sure. Again, the big thing with the cell phone,
Right.
hands-free, if you have that ability in your vehicle. Don't answer texts. I know it's hard to do. Everybody wants to answer their text when they hear that little bing. But if you can put it in your dashboard or on the side and ignore it till you stop somewhere and it's safe.
It is illegal to drive with a cell phone in
Absolutely,
your hand, right?
absolutely.
I still see people do that.
Right, the law has
Same.
changed on that pretty recently. You're not allowed to be holding your cell phone in Virginia and talking. But some other things are obviously try to keep your kids, have them something for them to do in the vehicle. Make sure all your settings are correct before you get in that vehicle.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's where I kind of slip up because I sometimes check things as I'm driving out of the driveway, so I need to be a lot better in
Sure.
that regard.
Yeah.
But I do have to ask, if I happen to get into an accident like I did a couple years back because my cord on my earpiece was stuck and I hit somebody from behind, when should we contact an attorney?
Certainly. If you've been the victim of a distracted driver's negligence, and that's very similar to your situation, Quincy. If somebody, it's not on purpose, but if they are distracted and they run to the rear of your vehicle, that can affect your livelihood in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Not only physically, you may have physical injuries, but also mentally may affect your job. And in Virginia, you have the right to be compensated for that. So that's when it's important to at least talk to a personal injury attorney.
Nice. Okay. Well,
And if you were to get in an accident, how would you know that it was a distracted driver that you've been hit by?
Right. A lot of times you don't. That's a great question.
because they leave.
Well,
That's what you
well, nobody's going to admit to being on the phone or
Right.
being on the. But I would say, in most situations, a rear-end accident is likely caused by a distracted driver.
Right.
From a evidence or a proof standpoint, that's kind of hard to prove. But it doesn't relieve that driver of their negligence just because you can't prove their distraction.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, in the spirit of distracted driving, we're going to play a fun game of red light, green light. But instead of the traditional way, John is going to ask us questions having to do with driving and distracted driving and laws, and Patricia is going to serve as our
Oh, boy.
distraction. So she's going to try to distract us.
I love this part of the game. How
All
are
right.
you, John?
Hold up.
good.
I'm sorry. I have to
Okay.
be here, and then Ashley
This
has
is
to
my
be
favorite
there.
part.
All right. Good luck.
Okay.
Question number
Step
one.
back, Quincy. You're not going to cheat already.
Okay.
What are two distracted driver activities?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay,
Sure.
stay there. But
What are two distracted driver activities?
Cell
Oh.
phone kids.
Yeah.
Ha!
Wow. So I guess you just
Yeah.
gonna
so
play
just
the game.
throw the answer right out.
okay, you see
Yeah.
these shoes? I need to get
What are two ways to reduce your distractions while driving?
Two ways. Well, one is to not have somebody tickle you while you're trying to answer the
Give
question.
your kids a tablet
Two
and make
ways.
sure all your settings are good before you leave the house.
Man, she's on fire.
Well,
One
I don't
more
have a
step.
Because I'm
chance.
used to driving with a kid in the
There
car.
you go.
Look at my
There you
shoes.
go.
Look, I need to
There
get
you go.
I'm
these shoes.
easily distracted.
Oh my God, they look.
True or false? Experienced drivers can multitask while driving without
Quincy, I need
having.
to-
False.
I need to.
Very good.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. Come on, Quincy.
No! Melissa said take little steps.
Okay, I'm so sorry. And I stepped on her foot.
Actually, I need to go to a party and I need to help.
All right,
with this
question number
dress.
4.
You
What
need to
type
listen.
of drivers are more susceptible to distractions while driving?
What type of drivers? Drivers like Ashley. Can I
Well,
step forward?
that- step
okay,
3
thank
steps.
you so much.
And drivers like Quincy.
Well, it's
Nope,
too late
back
because you
one
were
step.
distracted.
All right, the last question. True or false?
What I have.
Distracted driving
Can you help me with this?
is one of the leading causes of
True.
serious and very good, Ashley. We
I was
got a
about to
winner.
say
We got a winner.
I was
We
about-
got a winner.
Okay. All right. So that's how easily people can be distracted.
No
so I
doubt about it.
appreciate
No
you
doubt
showing
about it.
showing
Yeah.
that example.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I have to say I probably won because I'm used to driving with a child in the car.
There you go. There you go.
Well, thank you so much
Yeah, of
for your
course.
time. It was a nice game. Thank you so much, John, for being with us
Yeah, it's
today.
great to be here.
Yes, if someone have any question, please go and visit their website or call Huffman and Huffman. That's the website right there, huffmanandhuffman.com, and they will answer all the questions for you guys.